Yeah, after 3 minutes, we are back, guys. OrcWorker against Cechi it is. So, yellow spawning Orc player starting at the top half of Turtle Rock here is OrcWorker. On the other side, we have Cechi, the one that just dropped out of the game because the grunt was killing on stealing the one big creep that he wanted to get so desperately on Ancient Isles. And now we're gonna find ourselves go up against each other on Turtle Rock yet again. So second game is being started. It's the best of 3 still. He can still turn this around and he can still win the game here. The best of 3 and advance to the semifinals. Because this is already quarterfinal material. Dropping out in 3 minutes. We have rarely seen that. But it can happen as I described it earlier. Altar of Darkness with the early Fiends late hero build order it is on Turtle Rock. Likes to start with that one. It's not going for the early DK yet again. Altar of Storms being started, of course, for OrcWorker. He will follow that one up with a grunt out of the barracks. And, of course, the Blade Master. I really do not see him play Farseer ever. So, we cannot really expect any kind of crazy strategies coming out of OrcWorker. We have a few more ghouls being started here in the crypt. So, he will get, like, just second ghoul here, and then after that the first fiend will come out. We also have a ziggurat coming up. He can probably wall this one off with a second ziggurat and the shop. Yeah, he's constructing the shop right now. Tome of Relics is coming, the undead shop. He will have enough space to construct the second ziggurat here, so he can wall this completely off. Beautifully designed. If you're an undead player, watch this and just do it the same way in case you have this starting position. It's a base that you can really make work. You can make some more space here to get like a slaughterhouse up here. If you clean the forest here later, then you have enough space for a slaughterhouse. You can also go for some building here, which is also kind of safe, but this is of course the best position for a slaughterhouse, I feel. So yeah, DK Fiends it is. On the other side we have the 2 Borrow Tech, this time no 1 Borrow Tech Blade Master coming out already, probably going for that shop creeping. Gets the Voodoo launch for himself. And he's not even going for the super quick Goblin Merchant, he just goes for the normal kind of creep on the Augur Warrior to pick up a first Circlet or maybe a Claws of Attack. Gonna figure that one out in a second. First Windwalker is being used. Gets a little bit of damage on the Grunt as well by the second Augur Warrior. Claws of Attacks +6. The Dream, one of the best items you can find early game. +6 damage. As soon as you have Critical Strike, you have the scaling into the late game with that beautiful item that you grab. So this is of course great. Remaining creeps getting cleared off. We're gonna check on Cechi. Second Fiend is coming out. Rod of Necromancy is used first time. Dust of Appearing is being born. He's reeling the Augur Warrior in, is baiting him out with the first Fiend shots there. Now going for the creeping. Probably not afraid to get that one without a dust. And his coils are really not on point. If there would be a Blade Master with Windwalk, he can easily steal that one. So yeah, his coils are really not that on point. He should definitely improve on that in this game here. And get a little bit of better call times, because usually his kind of style and his kind of movement is really great. Blade Master wants to steal the giant sea turtle. Doesn't he see that one? It seems like he doesn't see that during the night, and he could have stolen that. Level 2 for the Blade Master already, denying the under player some experience, but I think the 2 turtles should be enough to go up to level 2 as well for the DK. Yeah, he is already level 2. 5 skeletons already on the field. 4 now. He killed one with the grunt there. Blade Master, Mantle of Intelligence, now buys at the Boots of Speed. Already 7 o'clock, so it's boots time. He sells one of his items and now gets a circlet. Yep, +8 damage, stats boosted, damage boosted, skeletons being sent towards the main base of the Orc player to figure out his starting position as well as to see what he's going to do. Like his base layout, if he's on a 1 Borrow Tech, you need all that intel that you can gather by scouting your opponent's main base. And if you're a really good player, you can see the timings of certain buildings and you can figure out, okay, you are probably heading into that direction. He's also scouting for the creeping of the Orc player, wants to see where the grunts are at and what they are doing. But it feels like OrcWorker just wants to contain Cechi. So he's basically containing Cechi in his own main base. Whenever he moves out, he's going for a move. But now the Blade Master is also on the other hand, on the other side of the map, creeping that Augur Warrior again. And this should result in another nice item pickup. And this is another Claws of Attack. So plus 14 damage already. And that will be bloody successful. But the grunts surround. Beautifully done there by Cechi. The grunts are storming in on the other hand. He needs to be careful. That Blade Master is coming and he will hit him like a truck. But this grunt should be down for sure. The Fiend needs to be careful. Blade Master is there. Critical strike can be granted. He kills the grunt, but he loses one of the Fiends. Is he losing a second one? The Blade Master hits so hard. Cechi's already checking on that Blade Master probably. And he's like, yeah, sure mate. You got like 2 claws of attack in the early game. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, but this is what can happen on Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock got like so many... Look at this, 124 critical strike coming out of the Blade Master already. With the Lich being started, we do not have a slaughterhouse yet. He lacks a little bit of resources. Opens up the forest right now there to get that slaughterhouse going for him. And this is just ridiculous. Like plus 14 damage. He scouts for the Blade Master. This was great. He's going for another critical strike on one of the units. Whoa, he cancelled the critical. That was a crit that he just cancelled, because the critical strike also got this crazy animation that he does whenever he's going for a crit. He's going for this super sick jump with his Arcana, or not Arcana knife, Katana knife is. What's the second hero choice? Shadowhunter. We do have Bestiary and Lodge, and this is the complete lockdown play. That's the complete lockdown with the Spirit Link and the End Snare. He will be able to lock the undead player inside his main base for quite some time. If he's not going for some weird creeping patterns to get like rid of that. And dependent of energy on top of that. So the item luck, the RNGesus is definitely there into play for OrcWorker. Plus 14 damage, and now the pendant of energy for the Shadowhunter. He even finds a Slippers of Agility, so plus 3 damage on top of that, so plus 17 in total, I feel. That's just ridiculous. He even bought the Dust of Empyreans earlier on the Shadowhunter so that he can use it whenever the Fiends use the Borrow. There's a Sentry Ward, so he sees that the undead player is creeping that one, and he can go and punish him whenever he feels like it. Blade Master dropping fairly low. Now healing up again, as well as the Shadowhunter. Level 3 for the Blade Master, level 2 for the Shadowhunter. Great levels, great progression there. Your 3 tech is started, End Snare is coming, first Raider should be on the field. We have this first Spirit Walker on the field as well, so Spirit Link will be there. Cechi is going for some creeping in between bases if you have like a close spawn, for example. But the Blade Master level 3 is there, but with low HP, he needs to be careful. But there's only a level 1 coil and no Nova, so what can he really do? He would like to steal the turtle for sure. While in the meantime, Shadowhunter starts for some more creeping. Squall of the Beast is of course a great item, unless there are destroyers on the field. He used the dust yet? Oh, he should have heard the Windwalk. Yeah, he heard that the Windwalk was used. Gets rid of the Blade Master, coils him to just drive him away. I think that coil was a little bit unnecessary, but he was full mana nonetheless, so it's not such a big deal. Ring of Regeneration being dropped. Also not the worst item. And he's now pulling the red camp. It's pulling the red camp and is getting the sick item from that. If it's a clause of attack plus 12 or something like an endurance aura, that would be ridiculous. Let's look for it. What will it be? Ogre Lord is surrounded there. Wave on all the units, but there will be a Rune of Healing dropped by that Aura Magi if you kill him.
Player's forces are under attack.
What item is it? Hood of Cunning? Helm of Valor. It's another agility and strength based item, so it's definitely a good one for a Blade Master. You get HP, you get more damage, plus 19, and he will be aiming for that next item that he will grab at his own shop, which will of course be the Orb of Lightning, plus 5 damage from that, as well as the ability to purge on certain hits and keep something in an area, as well as dispel that frost armor. But DK also finds himself some time to creep, so level 3 for the DK, level 2 still for the Lich. It's now going for the nether big turtle here, but the Blade Master is around no more mana, so he could probably kill him if he goes for that, but he wants that so bad. Is he using dust? Oh, he kills it. Big mana potion goes to the Lich. So big mana and big healing potion, as well as the experience, goes to the Lich. Double level 3. Blade Master not able to steal anything. Plus 19 damage nonetheless on the Blade Master. Orb of Lightning being bought here. Kodo Beast coming to that party. And he got everything. He got all the tools that he will need. Destroyer upgrade started. Crypt Lord is coming as a third hero there for Cechi. I have to say, with destroyers and a good fight, Cechi can probably cause some trouble there for OrcWorker, but in general, that Blade Master will hit him hard. If he can kill him or lock him down and drive him out of that fight by doing a lot of damage real quick, that would be great. Sobi Mask is of course a great item on the DK to regenerate more mana. But plus 25 damage on the Blade Master with the Kodo Aura, and this is not the improved Kodo Aura. Is he already researching that, or is this the improved Kodo Aura? You can upgrade it again on tier 3 and get an improved version of that Kodo Aura to get even more damage. But plus 21 it is right now, plus 25 it is with the Kodo Aura, and level 2 critical strike will of course be... it will be sick. Like, he's already critting like a madman, but with level 2 he will do even more. So we have seen a 120 crit with the level 1. This is the Hood of Cunning, also a great item for Blade Master, because it increases your agility as well as the intelligence. But intelligence is also something that you want to have on your Shadowhunter. And speaking of that Shadowhunter, 570 mana max with the Hood of Cunning and that Pen of Energy. That's just a sick mana bank that he can use. That's just a sick bank of mana that he can use for heal waves and whatever he wants to use it on. He gets some experience. Is he going for a find? One destroyer is already... yeah, look at that Blade Master. He is going crazy. He basically is like 3 hitting, or... he's just killing it with 3 attacks. The Fiend will come out as well as the statue. This could be caught off guard with the Raiders coming. I think Cechi just wants to have the red spot and then he Town Pulls out. He's going for the item. I wouldn't be surprised if he uses a coil or an over. Going for that, just gets the item, level 4, and the Linehorn of Stormwind. The Fiend died immediately, was sniped without too much trouble. 55 against the 62 supply. Orc player doesn't have an expansion yet. Second Kodo Beast on the field, as well as a second Spirit Walker. I'm not really sure if he needs a second Spirit Walker, because there's not a Pit Lord and there's not Silence from a Dark Ranger. So why do you need a second Spirit Walker? Of course, maybe you want to have, like... wow, almost 200 crit on level 2. If this guy ever sees level 3, he will probably do like 250 to 280 crit with a level 3 critical strike. Skeletons being sent over to the other side to scout if there was like a sneaky expansion being constructed. We have the tier 3 headhunters being constructed as well for the Orc player. He gets a few more of them. Gets the first attack upgrade for them as well. No upgrades besides that one. Cechi got another Town Ball, and he's probably going for some more creeping on the side of the Orc player. He wants to get the camp in between the natural and the main base of the Orc. And so far, OrcWorker lost a little bit of vision of his opponent, so now the improved Kodo Aura is coming, so even more damage going the way. Pulling both camps, and this is a really bad spot for the under player to find him, to fight him. But if he's coming from this side, it could be a high ground battle. Or he's forcing a Town Ball out of Cechi. The Blade Master is already there and waiting to start hitting. Big Invo Potion on him as well. So he will definitely not fall. The statues and the destroyer is a little bit off spot there. Needs to be careful. Is ensnared now. That Blade Master is hitting like a truck. Destroyers are morphed. He's taking that fight. Nonetheless, beautiful spike there from the Crypt Lord. The Impale was on point. That beautiful burrow there is not helping anything. The Dust of Appearance is being used. The Crypt Lord also in all sorts of trouble. Another beautiful Impale being used. But can he really pull it off? That Blade Master is hitting like a madman. He killed so many units. Destroyer is in danger of falling. Blade Master and the Headhunters are doing a fairly good job. Speed Scroll is being used. He could dispel that one. Dispels it right now. But now we do have a Hex. We do have a Hex on the DK. No Invo Potion on the Lich. And he's losing so many units here. GG, well played. Called by Cechi. An OrcWorker advances to the semi-final by destroying Cechi without any doubt.